Hey everyone, Craig Ramins here, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how I made the progressive house bass that I had in my layering synths to get a big room sound tutorial. So this is the bass here. So there you go, it's pretty simple, but I think it really works when you've got a lot of pads and stuff like that. It's really punchy bass and helps punch through the mix, and it sounds pretty decent on a big system. So let's bring that down just so I've got some MIDI going. And for this, use good old Silent. First up, you want to initialize a preset. So this will sound pretty simple there. Want to bring this up to 12. Now for the first oscillator, you want to bring it down an octave. Keep it as a sawtooth. You want to bring the voices up to 8. And then you want to detune it slightly. So I'll show you as it's playing. You can probably bring the volume down a little bit. So that was the octave there. You can hear it's getting louder, and then as we detune it, you just want to find that spot where it's sort of starting to sound not too phased out, but it's still got a nice solid sound. And then turn retrig off. Now for next one, we'll just copy and paste that over. We'll go to the envelope section, bring the attack down. You want the decay right up, sustain down, and then the release up to about there. So that's the sort of sound we've got going on now. Next up, I want to take over and put a low pass filter on it. You can start to bring the cutoff down. Want a little bit of resonance. Bring the volume up so you guys can hear what's going on. It's pretty bassy at the moment, so you can't really hear too much. And a little bit of drive at this stage. Next we head over to filter control, bring the cutoff down, can't really hear anything at the moment, and then the key track up. And then what's going to give it its sound is, you want to come over, cut off A, and then you can start to hear little clicks coming through. And this is where you're going to get your sound. Obviously you can play around with this to get the sound that you need, and then as you can hear, you can do, for the breaks you can change this so you get more of a, you can just open the filters up so you get more of a dramatic effect at the end of like the different sections of your track. It's good for transitions. Instead of having to use white noise, you can actually just use the synths. Forgot to put it on the mono legato. And then we head over to the EQ. Don't want anything from the bass, but from the treble, just want a little bit more bite in the sort of, or just below the 1K range. And then compressor, you can hear that starting to come on now. Super low attack and a pretty quick release. This just helps add a little bit more bite to the sound. That's pretty much the sound there. I'm just going to go through what else I put on in the way of plugins to get a bit more of a beefy sound. So you can see here I've got lots of plugins. and we'll put it on these ones. So first up, I'll keep the sound going so you can hear what's going on. Pull it down a little bit. First up is a low cut. So you can see we got a lot going on in the bass, but I find that just helps tighten the bass sound up a little bit. Next up is just Logic's built-in compressor. Yeah, pull this down. Super fast attack, just a ratio of 2 to 1, and around about 60 to 70 release, fast E, and then just want it. So we've got 2 dB of gain there, so I'm going for about 2 dB of gain reduction here. So I've just adjusted the threshold to get that. So just helped add a little bit more punch to it. Next up, I put on a sausage fattener, and for this, just a little bit of colour and a tiny bit. I mainly just use it for the colour, just to change the sound just a little bit. And then after that, I put another compressor on, which has, just check that I've got, I actually don't have a side chain kick, so we can just use this one for now. So you can hear that working there. And then finally, I just used vintage warmer at the end, just pushing the drive up, and just find that magic sort of spot around the knee, but I didn't go too hard with this one at all. And if it becomes too much, you can adjust the wet and dry knob there to bring in and take away the compression. Then finally, what I did was sent it to chorus. It just helps add a bit more weight to it, so that's what's going to the chorus, and the chorus settings are just nice and small there, small rate and only 10% intensity, and then I've just got an EQ on after the end, so that's what the bass is doing there. If I have too much of the bass, I can get a little bit muddy. I just wanted it to add a bit more movement at the top end, so that's probably a little bit too much, so but there you go. It's pretty simple sort of bass. Hopefully you guys got something out of it and you can use that in your productions. Don't forget to subscribe or head over to my Facebook page and click like. I've got some really cool free things coming out for everyone, as well as some tracks on Beatport and stuff, so just keep updated there. Until next time, see you later.